Alright, here we go, guys. This is the May 14th. I know it says 15th on my paper. Hopefully it only says 14th on yours. May 14th submitted assignment. That's because, remember, we've gone now to a 4-day cycle instead of 5. Your submitted assignment will be every Thursday. And keep in mind, you only got 2 left. So you got May 21st, May 28th, then you're done. So we've only got 2 more left, but like I said, this is on Thursday, the May 14th submitted assignment. It says Louie was buying a gift card for her mother on Amazon. Not a gift card, she was buying a gift. The total was $109.49. But Louie had a gift card for 20% off of her total purchase. So, how much did Louie owe Amazon after using the gift card? So we would want to subtract 20% from that card. 2 ways to do this. Again, if you watch Miss Callahan's video, she frequently started by finding the 20% of the total. However, that would be what you would be deducting. So if you want to, kind of like a smarter way, less steps, is find 80% of the total. That's how much she would owe. So it doesn't matter. Either way, you got to make that percent a decimal. Of, in the world of math, means to multiply. And I'm not even that good. I'm going to run my calculator. And we need to find 0.2 times 109.49. And you get 21.898. But again, this is money. So we only want to round to 2 decimal places. So we look next door. That 8 rounds the 9 up, which goes to 0, which rounds that 8 up, which means this is 21.90. That was the discount. So how much did she owe? Well, we would take our 109.49 and subtract 21.90. And you get 87.59. Just a little question on percents there. Alrighty, number 2. It says, before Netflix took over the world, you guys might not know about this, Mr. Harding had to buy DVDs. So Mr. Harding went to Blockbuster and bought 3 movies for the weekend. If each movie was $9.99, but Mr. Harding got 10% off each movie. Okay, not 30% off the total. It's not 10% for each movie. It's 10% off each movie. How much did he pay for the 3 DVDs? So, very easy. You can find 10% of $9.99. Which is equal to 0.999. Again, money, need to round. That rounds up, that rounds up, that rounds up. 10% of $9.99, $1. That makes sense, right? 10% of 10 is 1. $9.99 is pretty much 10. So 10% of that rounds up to $1. So Mr. Harding got $1 off each movie. Okay? So if he bought 3 movies, instead of them all being $9.99, they were all $8.99. Add those up. Another way to do repeated addition is multiplication. Take those, multiply by 3, 26.97. Okay? So again, the trick here, guys, is in the reading here, 10% off each movie, not 10% for each movie. Eventually, you buy 10 movies and then you wouldn't have to pay, right? 10%. 10 movies, that's 100%, so that's not how it's working, right? It's 10% off each movie. All right, takes us to number 3, our first of 3 scatterplot questions, okay? Here's also where the numbering starts to get really crazy, and that's why I wrote what I did at the top. Hopefully you read that, okay? These are questions from practice keystones. Now, again, as of now, there's no word on whether or not you have to take the keystone, but it doesn't mean they're not good questions. That's why I added them. So these are possible questions from a keystone. That's why even though this is number 3 for us, it's number 8 here. It happened to be the 8th question of the practice. So don't worry about that. Not important. Read the question and you want to go through there. Okay, so it says, based on the scatterplot, which equation represents a line of best fit that could be used to predict the number of gigabytes of storage available on the computer based on the number of video files? So that's essentially this, right? So you're going to want to make a line of best fit. Okay, that's what it says. It says represent a line of best fit. So let's make one. That's what if they talk to you about one, I would always make one. Now, your goal is to hit as many points as possible while keeping some above the line and some below the line. Like that line was terrible. Okay? I knew where I wanted to draw it, but I didn't line up my ruler the right way. Alright, so I'm going to try and make this one a little bit more bold. That one's a little bit better. I apologize for that. That's also why you never work in pen. I should have used pencil. Either way, both of my lines had a similar y-intercept, which is how you can kind of eliminate questions. And that's a good test-taking skill, especially on the keystone. B and D are wrong, and they're not even close. These y-intercepts are less than 200. That's down here. Okay? They are not correct. So that immediately takes you to either A or C. Now, here's where you would want to have a good line, because you do want to make sure that you're finding this next thing correctly. I would pick 2 points on my line. Find the slope. If the slope is closer to 14, then A is your answer. If the slope is closer to 8, then C is your answer. So I'm going to pick 2 points that are definitely on the line. That point's certainly on the line, and that one's also an easy one to find. That is 1, 225. Okay, so you want to help yourself here. Pick easy points. This point is on my line. 12. Okay, so that's not the best point. In fact, I should probably go with this one. Take my own advice right on the crosshairs here. 10, 150. Okay, so I took 2 points. The reason I didn't take 12, when I started to follow this over, it's in between some numbers. I don't want to guess if I don't have to. Okay, if you have to, definitely want to do that, because you want to pick 2 points that are on the line. But these 2 points are on the line and also in the crosshairs in the graph, which is really nice, because I can easily find the slope between these two. Y minus x trying to do this without a calculator, and I'm just going to double check to be sure. But 225 minus 150 is 75. 1 minus 10 is a negative 9. 75 divided by a negative 9 is a negative 8.33. And the 3 repeating. So that negative 8.33 is a whole lot closer to negative 8 than it is to negative 14. That's why there's the importance behind the line of best fit that you draw there. You got to make sure it's pretty accurate. Okay? All right, moving on to the back. You got 2 questions on the back. Again, similar thing. These were questions from a practice keystone, so I don't want you to be confused. This is not number 5. This is number 4. And it gives you a graph of an airplane descent. Okay? Based on the graph, how long after it starts its descent will the airplane reach a height of 3,000 feet? Here's the thing. You see that this says thousands of feet. It stops at 15, does this little like squiggly line, and goes to 0. So they don't even show you 3 on the graph, which means you're going to have to do this the long way. Let's look at our line here. Let's see if we can find 2 points. There's 1 for sure. There's 2 for sure that are definitely on the line. And we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. That's 421. This point, 18. Let's find the slope, write the equation on a line, and let's work backwards, right? So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. gives me a negative 3 over 4. Nice slope. Y equals mx plus, here's the nice thing, we definitely have a clear y-intercept. Here is the next most important part though. If you just want to write a 24 to represent 24,000, then that's fine. But when you plug in 3,000 feet for, sorry, not for x, right? Feet is y. When you plug in 3,000 feet, you better be plugging in just a 3. Okay, that is important. That's usually where people go wrong with this every single year. Okay? Or you write this as 24 and you put the 3 zeros behind it for 24,000, and then you put your 3 zeros behind 3,000. It all comes down to how you interpreted this. But if you don't put the zeros here, but do put the zeros here, you'll have a terribly wrong answer. Okay, so just got to be consistent with that. I'd rather not work with thousands, so I'm just going to put a 3 in, which means I have 3 equals all of this mess. I've got to solve for x. I'm going to subtract that 24 over. I'm going to multiply by a negative 4/3 because I want to multiply by the reciprocal. So if I multiply negative 4/3 times a negative 21, you get x equals 28, and you would get the right answer. All right, last question again. This number doesn't matter. This is number 5, and it says answer multiple choice question below. The equation for the line of best fit is determined. Then 3 more points are added, but the equation of the original line of best fit remains unchanged. Okay. So they talk about a line of best fit. That would be the first thing I do. Let's try to make sure we make a better line of best fit this time. All right. That line of best fit is perfect because I put 3 points on the line, 3 points below the line, 3 points above the line. And that's your goal on a line of best fit. You want to split it into thirds. Put as many points on the line that are above the line that are also below the line. So let's start to graph points. 4, 4 be about here. 5, 5, 6, 6. Definitely off to the side, not letter A. 4, 10. 4, 11. 4, 12. I really like letter B right now. Looks very similar to the rest of them. I'm not going to solidify it, but B is definitely a good choice. C, 8. Oh, C is definitely wrong. 8, 9 all the way out here. 8, 10. And 8, 11 definitely. It has the nice 3 points above each other stacked, but well off the line. Not C. And D, 10, 10 out here, 10, 11, 10, 12. Again, stacked very nicely, but way out here. So it's definitely letter B. All right, like I said, we've got 2 weeks left of these submitted assignments. Stay tuned, keep doing your work, and hopefully I'll see you soon.